So you guys have the big season 5 coming up.
Indeed.
Can you tell us what to expect from season 5 of Children's Hospital?
We call it the Big Nickel.
Yeah.
Big Nickel.
That's what we've been.
If anyone's been following the show from before,
Yeah.
the end of the last season, our clown doctor, Blake Downs, played by Rob Corddry, was shot dead. At the beginning of this season, we show what happens next. And it's a big
That's
mystery.
a big deal.
That's a big deal.
Death
That's a
is
huge-
not to be joked
This
about.
is
It's a huge deal for a
huge
show like
deal.
Children's Hospital that doesn't answer any questions
Or honor
follow
logic.
any logic.
Do not honor it.
This
We do not
one
honor it.
we follow.
But this time we did. Yeah, and you know what? This season I think
the
we
other thing
honored
that's
it a little bit.
very new and interesting about this season is the entire season takes place on a U.S. Army base in Osaka, Japan, where the doctors are private contractors working in a pediatric clinic at the Army base.
Now, do you guys explain how you ended up there?
Yes.
I can tell you right now,
A lot of logic this year.
this is an exclusive for you.
Okay, exclusive.
It's because the home hospital in Brazil is overrun with termites, and they have to leave for 14 weeks, and that's why they do it.
I mean, I'm totally
Termite
distraught.
infestation.
Well, of course.
If you want that to be the
Yeah.
headline.
Okay.
Which is hilarious.
I think this next week, not this next week, Monday, Time Magazine, the headline is termite infestation, and then all of us.
All of us.
There you go. There you go. You guys have won an Emmy, is that right?
Yes.
Our show won the Emmy last year. We were just nominated yesterday for another one this year.
That's gonna be
Sweet.
really gratifying.
Congratulations.
As well
wonderful.
as Burning Love. So Burning Love was also nominated. So I
That's
just
right.
wanted to support.
As was the halftime NFL show with
You don't have
Beyonce.
to bring that up. You don't have to bring
Well,
that up.
Beyonce
There's no
happens to be
competition. There's no
a pretty
competition.
close friend, one of my closest friends.
It's just an honor to be nominated.
I think it's great. I mean, your show started as webisodes, and I wanted to ask you guys about that. You started as webisodes, and you've moved into working with Adult Swim. Can you talk about the differences between doing a web-based episode timeline and now working with a studio?
The great thing about Adult Swim is that they treat us in a way that makes us feel like we're still doing webisodes in many ways. We took it upon ourselves to expand the length and the structure of the show to be more of a TV show. But after that first season, it was they are incredibly hands-off creatively and let us explore any crazy direction we want to go.
I think that's why the show is, so special and has such a specific voice, is that we're given that freedom. And most of my favorite shows are shows like that. Like, you watch Louis and you're like, oh, you know that show. He
You have to
controls
outsource the
everything.
creative to the creators.
And it's just it's nice to Children's Hospital is absolutely an example of that, which is just
It's like doing a very personal, fun web series with friends with a little more time, a little more budget to do even more crazy things.
This one's for Ken. Any chance Dr. Glenn Ritchie's past will finally catch up to him and bite him in the butt this season?
Oh, you mean because he used to goof around? Not. I don't know. I can't.
I don't know that. I'm not sure that you're referring to his past or maybe his future. You're referring, I think, to the 10, right?
That's right.
I hope.
Are you referring to
I
the
think so. I think Glenn Ritchie's passed, but the
She's being
truth
coy.
is, the mythology of Children's Hospital, if I remember correctly, is the things that happened in the 10 possibly happened in the future.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Because
Children's Hospital started 16 years ago.
the 10 ends with Glenn Ritchie in prison, and I'm not sure he ever gets out.
He found happiness in prison. He found happiness in prison. He found true love.
But great question.
So you guys are all friends, and it just seems like this would be the funnest, coolest just place to go to work. Like you're not like waking up at I don't know what time you guys have to be on set, but it's not like you have to drag your ass in and.
Well, it's the crazy hours and it's hard work, and we're all involved in the stuff in front of the camera and behind the camera, to some degree, and so. It's just a crazy amount of hours, but what gets us through it is the fact that we enjoy each other and that we love being around each other and make each other laugh.
But I would say that
it's a nice.
Unique to this show,
Yeah.
like different than other. Most, being on set shooting a movie or TV show is fun on a certain
Inherently,
level
yeah.
inherently, but This show is particularly fun just because it is a lot of friends working together, and because we can kind of follow any muse, and
Absolutely.
it is a real blast to do. It's a lucky thing.
The shows are 15 minutes, but how long, like hour-wise, does it take to shoot one episode?
I would put forth that it's in the format or the feel of a 1 hour medical drama, and I think we put as much effort into storycraft and prep and everything that goes into it as at least as much as a 1 hour show would.
But it takes
But to
2 days.
shoot-
2 days to shoot
to
an
shoot.
episode.
2 days to shoot. Right?
Yeah. And you shoot 2 episodes at the same time, so it's hard.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we shoot them in blocks. So we'll shoot like each director will have 2 episodes, and then you'll just kind of
We shoot all the scenes in the 2 episodes over 4 days.
Yeah.
Nick Offerman has appeared several times on the show. Can you talk about what he brings as Officer Chance brings?
He brings donuts, and sometimes he brings bagels.
But a lot of times he just brings a backpack, like if he has like an extra change
Yeah.
of underwear.
Yeah.
And he'll bring
That's
he brings his computer.
Yeah,
You know,
because
so-
if like
'cause
there's
there's
downtime, yeah, he'll want to check his email.
And also a good attitude.
Very good. Very good.
And also a good attitude, that's right.
So for all 3 of you, what would be the dream guest star that you would like to see visit Children's Hospital that you have not had on the series yet?
For all 3 of us?
Yes, for all 3.
Clinton.
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton. Wow.
We would
Pretty
take
energy.
Hillary, but yeah, Bill.
Any Clinton will
They
do.
basically, yeah, we're Chelsea.
Chelsea?
Do you have a particular role in mind for him?
No, not any. Just two of the 3.
Okay.
Well, there's also his brother,
Right.
Oh,
Billy Beer.
Billy Beer Clinton.
Remember?
I forgot about him. Yeah.
So everybody else.
No, that was Carter.
That was Carter.
That was Carter.
Oh, that's right.
What do we got next?
Can you talk about Henry Winkler and what he brings to the set?
If you're a fan of Henry Winkler and you've seen him on TV over the decades, imagine what you might think of him as being funny and cool and warm, and triple it. That's what he's like.
He's so
such a
happy
cool
to
dude.
be there.
He's what you call, he's the definition of a mensch.
Yeah,
He's a good guy,
mensch.
he's a sweetheart,
Henry Mensch Winkler.
kindest man,
And
sweetest
at the end of
man.
every season, he gives me a check for $5,000. Nothing.
Wait, no, what were you going to say?
Joking.
I don't get it.
Well, I get the same checks, so I'm not upset about it.
So did you guys have to research any of your roles before you started, or did you just
No.
kind of jump into it?
Research is sort of
We don't.
we don't like that word around our show.
We're very, like,
Yeah, we prefer the term cocaine parties.
I think research is the enemy of imagination.
if you have to research, then you just don't have an imagination. That's what it's trying to say. Yes, sir.
I know that there's been an episode, I think it may have been in the first season, where you postulated the difference between pancakes, hotcakes, and flapjacks. In your opinion, is there a difference?
Between pancakes,
Hotcakes and flapjacks.
Well,
Pancakes, hotcakes, flapjacks.
hotcakes indicate that they may not have been made in a pan, and that's why they invented the word hotcakes.
Because it's not pancakes.
that one,
absolutely no difference. No difference between
You just make that up.
pancake, a hot cake,
You know what it
and a
is?
flapjack.
You know what's different about that?
It's regional.
Is Children's Hospital July 25th,
Thursday
Thursday
midnight.
midnight. That's the only difference.
and that's when the season 5 starts.
Season 5 starts.
Between hotcakes,
Midnight.
pancakes, and flapjacks, July
Like, for example,
25th.
in New York we call it water, but in Mexico they call it agua. So that's like regional dialect.
And in Maryland, where I'm from, they call it water.
Wooder.
Exactly.
Water.
Water in Maryland.
So how much do you guys improv on the show, and how much is versus how much is scripted?
You know what? We don't have time for improv. There's not that much. We have to shoot.
By the
Everything
time we
is
get to
written
set,
so
I
beautifully.
think we've figured it out mostly.
Yeah.
I mean, there
It's
is
usually
some.
like one line, like, this one line's not working, let's figure out. But
Or sometimes like before we yell cut after the scripted scene is over, somebody will just keep going a little bit. But
and then you're like, oh, that's
for the most part, we have to shoot so much every day.
I was gonna say, because then editorially you're like, I can't even use any of this shit, so we can't, so it
I would,
ends up.
I
We're
would
speaking as
say,
3 of the main directors on the show.
I would say 95 to 100% of it is completely improvised.
What? That goes directly against what we
Mind
just
blown.
said.
David, you've been you're the executive producer, but you've actually stepped out on to shoot a couple of scenes. We've actually seen you in a couple of episodes.
Yes.
Can you talk about the experience of being an actor once in a great while?
I love it. I mean, basically, my entire acting career is thanks to my great thanks to myself for casting myself in things from time to time.
Was there a
It's the only
casting
way
couch
I've ever
for
been.
Was there a casting couch for us?
Great thanks.
There was a casting
to
couch.
myself.
It was a very long set of sessions of a casting couch where I convinced myself to cast myself. But yes, I love it.
Basically his way of saying you masturbate.
Exactly.
Over and over again.
I thought I would let that unsaid. I love being in front of the camera, of course. Who isn't a ham? There's one episode this season that entirely is about me as the director of the show and my ongoing relationship with the actor that plays Dr. Glenn Ritchie, Just Falcon.
My character's married. Dixie
Yes.
Peters is married to us.
Right.
But we're...
I did want to
not
ask.
gonna spoil it.
I did want to ask a question too. I noticed. I asked Jonathan before. The series is out on DVD. Is there any plan to bring it to Blu-ray?
I have a lot of plans about that, but no one's listening. No, I don't know. You know, what's interesting though is it's relatively easy to watch on HD.
Yeah, can we tell people where they... Because I feel like people always ask me that. Can we
It's
get
on
that out there?
Netflix.
Absolutely.
Season 1 and 2 is on Netflix. All the seasons are on iTunes in HD. And so, in a way, there might be a Blu-ray someday. But I almost think Blu-ray is kind of going away, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so.
I think people... I just want to say, because people are always like... They're always asking me where they can
You can
see
watch
the
it on
other-
Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon,
iTunes, Netflix.
So if you want to see the other seasons, they're only like,
And they're
tiny little
also
type of-
AdultSwim.com has some episodes as well.
They're everywhere online.
Yeah, they are.
Is the,
I've
is
noticed
the,
that
is
too.
the
Not
answer.
hard. Like if you feel like you can't stay up too late enough to watch Children's Hospital,
worry about it.
First of all, DVR it.
Hello.
And secondly, iTunes, Netflix, etc.
I mean, be current, people.
So how much fun do you guys have on set every day working for Adult Swim on an Adult Swim show?
I missed the first
I
part of the
didn't hear it.
question.
How much
because
fun?
I said, how much fun do you guys have working on set every day for an Adult Swim show?
Well, what's cool is like all the other Adult Swim characters sometimes come by just to watch. So
They like to watch.
We see
Yeah, they'll come by like during lunch.
SpongeBob
Kind of SpongeBob
and
stops by a lot. He's a big fan of the show.
he's a good guy too.
The honest answer is we love it. We have a great time, and it's really just
Adult Swim
it's
is
been
like
gift.
is not like a network. It's like a family.
It's a
company,
family,
and
yeah.
They're just a
Stylish.
very small number of people really that are in charge there, and they just have been friends to us more than bosses.
I was in Atlanta and went to the little headquarters down there, and it's equally cool. Each person has their own cubicle that's like their own little world and super weird and fantastical. It's really cool.
It's what you'd hope.
So with the Emmy nomination, like how is it? You kind of touched on this a little bit, but gratifying. Like obviously, this is kind of like a labor for love for all you guys.
Yeah.
You know, just to get a sort of acknowledgement like that.
It's amazing. I mean, it's something of an outside validation that we're doing something that people are paying attention to, and it's great. It's wonderful.
The truth of the matter is, I got into doing this show for the enormous paycheck that Adult Swim provides, but then it turned out to be something much sweeter.
No, but the truth is,
Millions and
being
millions of dollars
nominated.
on there.
Don't you think being nominated? I mean, he's joking. But being nominated.
I didn't know.
He's being nominated for an Emmy though always feels like a surprise because I didn't even know that we were.
Submitted.
Yeah, I mean it feels like we're on our other. We're just, I don't know. I feel like we're sequestered somehow from real TV.
The Emmy Award is about this big,
Yeah.
and I have it. And normally, it's very heavy, and yet I carry it with me.
Everywhere.
It's
That's why you have your
either
backpack.
have a
Especially lately, especially on his casting couch. So both hands are full.
Yeah.
Is that what he uses? Is that what he uses? You use this lure?
I use the Emmy
like
as
a sparkling,
sex
like
toy.
a sparkling.
That's what you're getting at, yes.
That's what you're asking.
That's the headline right there.
gotta-
That's the
I
headline.
use.
David Wain uses.
I'm like, oh, someone's coming into the office. Move the Emmy.
The Emmy is the chick magnet.
Why would we not go to
Well, the Emmy woman has a beautiful figure.
Yeah, and she's a magnet.
She's
She's
a
a chick
magnet.
magnet. Yeah. because it's magnetic, so that you can put it on the fridge.
I didn't know you put your Emmy on the fridge.
Yeah, you just stick, and then it's like on the pictures.
Show off your
Is
homework.
it like an industrial magnet? So it's very, very strong. You can
No,
actually.
it's not very strong at all.
So just every time you open up the fridge, does it
It
fall
falls,
off?
and it breaks, and I have to send it to the academy
Emmy.
to get fixed.
The Emmy.
But it's okay because I have a FedEx account.